They caught you on an off season, babe. You were having the off season. That's all it was. There's no more internal work. There's no more deep diving on yourself that you need to do in order to heal from this connection, these relationships, this friendship, simply because who you were at the time was not who you actually are. It was your off season. Whatever you have been experiencing prior to interacting with this person, meeting this person, interacting with this friend, it all had to happen in order for you to come back into self. You know, like, you don't have to figure out why you were being so desperate, why you were living in this lack energy that seemed to consume your life at the time, why you kept feeling like you had to strive for love, you had to strive to be seen, strive to be chosen. Like, you don't have to figure out why you were acting that way, because it was just an off season, and we have off seasons, right? Like, that's just really all it was. You need to act like you know who you are. And if this is your first time seeing me, what's up? It's your girl Mo. This is your show. Right now I'm having a 48-hour sale, $1 a minute, for my intuitive reads and my alignment calls. So if you're interested and you feel like we're in alignment, click the link in my bio or in the description below and see if my services are what you need for right now. But I really just got this energy and this kind of clarity moment of, it was an off season. It was an off season. I feel like you're someone who's very self-aware. You like to understand the root cause of why you were acting like this. How could I attract something like this into my life? Who was I being at the time in order to call in this type of energy that was resonant with my frequency? And who you were being at the time just wasn't who you naturally are. We all go through periods of being on and being off. And when this person in particular met you, you were in your off season, but they had to meet you when you were in your off season so they could activate you back into who you truly are. And that's all this connection was. It wasn't anything that needs to dwell in the back of your mind. I feel like this person or the friendship, the shadows of this connection still kind of lives dormant in your body, and you're looking for an explanation as to why, even though you could have purged out feelings, or you simply just don't feel any type of way about this person anymore, but they're still kind of taking up space in your brain. And it's because your brain is still trying to process how, like, I feel like you've experienced a lot of growth from the time you met this person until now. Could be 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 years, or even 5, but it's still kind of like the person you were then is nowhere near the person you are now. So you're still looking for a reason to justify, damn, how could I act like that? Why was I acting like that? How could I be like that? And the only explanation is you were in your off season, probably one of the biggest off seasons of your entire life. The only reason why you interacted with this person, you attracted them, was so they could illuminate this off season in you, this energy of lack, this energy of desperation, to activate your self-worth, to activate your self-esteem, to make you step into who you fully are. Because I feel like before you met this person, you probably weren't fully yourself. You weren't the version of self that you are now, but you were slowly kind of getting there. And then this person came into your life and kind of just completely took you off course. And that was intentional. It was supposed to happen that way. And you found yourself, like, you came back into self. And I feel like this person was just a major catalyst in your life, period. But this is your confirmation. Like, it's nothing that you really need to heal from anymore. You just need to step into the awareness of, I was in an off season and I attracted you because of that. You were never in alignment with me, because when I attracted you, I wasn't even in alignment with who I really was. So you still tripping off this person, and I feel like this person, or they could be watching. I see the sunglasses card from my deck in my hand, in my head. They could be watching even the love card call at the bottom of the deck, thinking of you, letting you know. Like, this person could be kind of checking up on you. You could have them blocked. There could be, you guys could be no contact, or you could have just kind of like cut your energy off from them randomly, or it could have appeared, that's what it is, it could have appeared random or sudden to them. But for you're a thinker, so it's like you were heavily processing the ins and out of this connection while being in the connection. And then you kind of, I feel like you're someone who does calm cutoffs. You don't really say too much, because you're someone who is aware of the fact that people know what they're doing. So you don't really need to explain why you're cutting someone off, because I feel like it just could have been a repetitive cycle with this person. Maybe, you know, you were expressing your needs, or like, I just feel like your needs weren't being met. You weren't being fulfilled in the way that you wanted to be, simply because they weren't meant to be the person who was going to give you that. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's a connection, but I really do feel like it's a romantic love connection. And just heard watching and waiting. So maybe you could just be in that energy of still feeling their energy rest inside of your brain. They still take up space in your brain, so you could be waiting for them to maybe make a move, or just to kind of see if they're still interested in you, just because a part of you is still purging out this desperation energy, this lack energy is still purging out. But it's purging out not because it wants to be experienced, but just because it just wants to flow through you, so you can transcend it and move on to the next level. Just heard, don't entertain. Stay on the track. Yeah, stay on your track, stay on your course. People could be reaching out to you. People could be just wanting to get your attention at this time, just because they're used to having your attention. People who are used to having your attention for free now are kind of confused because you're not giving it away as easily as you used to, and it's because you're not the same person you used to be. Interesting. This person definitely knew. I see the snake, the girl with the snake card in my head, enable boundaries, empath, and narcissist paradigm. So you could be someone who's very in tune with their emotions, very empathetic. You're just a deep feeler, and I feel like this person could not meet you at the emotional depth that you naturally carry. You're a person who has a lot of depth, and I feel like up until this point in your life, you've attracted a lot of people who lack depth simply because you weren't even aware of your own depth. Or maybe you were aware of the depth that you possess, but it was like a shame thing. You were shameful because maybe I just feel like shame in relation to you being who you are. So because you weren't fully rooted in who you were, you had to attract people who are designed to activate this self-worth. And that's all this connection was. It was literally just an activation, a self-worth activation of bossing up. That's legit all this connection was. And even right here, the self-indulgence card, healing, self-worth. Yep. Self-worth, focus on self, the karmic relationship. Even, when I give my readings, I don't like to say karmic and this and that. It just wasn't a healthy relationship, and it didn't have healthy paradigms. Either way, you've broken free from that. Even I flipped the deck on abundance. You've broken free from that paradigm of the back and forth, of the waiting and the hoping and the searching, because you've developed a level of connection and love and trust and stability within yourself. So you're no longer going to be attracting energies that emphasize or highlight this or enhance the lack of stability in you, because you found it within yourself. Act like that's dope. You're really dope. Yep. And even I seen that card in my head, the narcissist, self-absorbed. Yeah, definitely. You're moving on though. You're transcending energy and you're transcending timelines, and there's nothing that this person can do to call your energy back in, because you've now been grounded within self. So act like you know who you are. It's your girl Mo. This is your show. So let's go. Book a reading with the kid below. I am having my 48-hour $1 sale for my intuitive reads and my alignment sessions. I have my custom guides that are designed to align your frequency with the life that you desire, whether it be online social media success, personal development, or spiritual growth. I recommend Mogul's method or the Viral Mindset method. I love you. Hope this found you very, very, very well.